Hello, everybody. Welcome to the call. We got a few late people coming in. So I was just talking about with Nika, guys. We are going to get into how to find your people, how to find your tribe, but we were discussing maybe pushing the team call to about 8 o'clock to see if people can make it better at 8. I like to be in bed by 9 personally, 9:30. So 8 is probably the latest I'm gonna go because I have to be up and open the gym by 6. So we'll experiment for next week and try that. Let's do some housekeeping before we get into the training, though. I am absolutely loving the accountability and fitness call, live fitness calls every Wednesday. I'm so amped that you guys are amped to get on that call too. It really brings us closer as a tribe also. So I'm like super excited every Wednesday to see your faces. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that. We have 2 more days left of this month to reach our goals. I know that some of you are looking to achieve SC and go for Emerald, which is possible in like 2 days. I've done it before in 1 day. I've helped 3 people in 1 day. It was like, I think it was New Year's. New Year's Eve, like 3 years ago, I helped 3 people in 1 night start their journey. So I know it's possible for you guys too. And I'll go live tomorrow in our group page, our team page, about how you can do that and the fastest and easiest way to achieve your goals in such a limited amount of time. It puts a really good challenging pressure though. Also, next month is Team Cup month. I'm thinking of, I told you guys I'm going to be pushing you guys a little bit more for Team Cup. We're going to be interacting a lot more. So I have you guys on the pod. Can you hear me okay, Nika? I'm like breaking up and I can hear it. I'm going to put you on mute just in case. Okay? So if you need to speak, just unmute. I don't know what you guys would like to do as far as communication. Do you want to keep the pod in Messenger, or do you guys want to communicate on the team page? Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to do texting? Do you want to do email? Whatever works best for you. I really do love like the live chats because that kind of immerses us and keeps distractions away. And just remember that going into Team Cup, like it's like a friendly competition, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to worry about are you letting us down, or are you letting your team down, or you're afraid that you're not going to be able to hit your goal. This is all about teamwork and working together. So I don't want you to worry about those things because we're here for each other, and it's not about like the numbers. At least it's I don't want to say it's like so important. What's important to me is that you are showing your dedication and trying to reach your goal and doing at least 1% better every single day. But I will tell you this, during Team Cup month, we're going to 10x our efforts, and we're going to try to do our best to do that. I will stay up until midnight if I have to, if I haven't reached my goal throughout the day. That's why I tell you guys, when I'm on the toilet, I'm sending out 5 to 10 invites while I'm going pee. I know it's TMI, but it's true. Like, that's real life. And we'll have a call next week on that. And every single day, I would like us to start posting accountability about on like our tracker. I want to see how much you guys have done and checked off. And it's not it's not really to criticize anybody. I just want to see how far you're pushing yourself, okay? And where we need to work on, what we need to work on. So it's really more of a measuring tool or a tracking tool for us to kind of help each other and push each other to where we need to go. I'm going to put all that in a post in our page, and we'll take it from there for Team Cup. Oh yes, and I wanted to shout out Emily. I shouted her out in our accountability live earlier today, but I have to shout her out because she just signed up about 2-3 days ago, and she's already sending out invites. And even though she's kind of scared and kind of fearful of the unknown, she's just like, I'm gonna just do it. And she's learning from that. And we were talking a lot, me and her, about failing forward. And you guys hear me talk about failing forward a lot and making mistakes. When you're an entrepreneur, it is so important that you learn from your mistakes. And I don't even like to call it mistakes. I like to call it failing forward, because you're not making a mistake and going backwards. You're making a mistake and learning what you need to tweak, what you need to adjust. And you're seeing what sticks. So I'm really proud of you, Emily, for doing that, for being a new coach and just, just leading with excitement and passion. And she even sent me screenshots of her invites, and we just tweaked some things from her invites. And that's what I want to do with everybody. Like, if you guys want to send me, a screenshot of your invites, or if you need help talking to somebody, get them on a call with all three of us, get your prospect on a call. We'll have a 3-way call, and you can see how I talk to them, and you can mirror that and make it your own. So yes, that's enough for the housekeeping. Do you have anything to add, Nika? Or have any questions about, okay. So we'll get right into it. I wanted to go ahead and talk about trying to find your people. So every single day, especially on your business activity tracker, after, of course, you've done your non-negotiables, you've worked out already, you drank your shake, you posted about it, you did your PD. Those are things that you've already done. And then you want to go ahead and get into your invites. How you get pumped to do your invites, and get into the mode of inviting. That's all on you guys, how you want to do it. But the point is getting into and priming your environment to do so. But we have to remember action. We can prep ourselves so much to do it. And I will tell you right now, it takes me maybe 2 hours to get into mode of inviting. That means I've done my workouts, I've done my affirmations, I've done my motivation, I've meditated, I've prayed, I've done my gratitude journal. I get myself so amped and prepped to invite, because that's what I need to do. I need to be in a good mood in order to invite people to what I'm doing, in order to be excited. And they need to see that too. They need to see that you're getting some kind of joy out of doing this program. They need to see that you're getting the result of that, because people are looking for joy. They want to feel happy. They want to be feeling good about themselves. So that's really important to display to your audience. Now, how you find your audience when they do become on your page, and we did go over setting up your profile. I'm going to tweak it just a little bit, and I'm going to post about it tomorrow. But we already went over on how to set up your profile. So now new people are what you're going to be adding, right? So every day you're going to be adding at least 3 to 5 people on the norm. And that's that's what we call your cold market. That's like the old Beachbody talk, your cold market, the people that, new people coming in, they're not your friends or your family, but, or the people that you've been already connecting with. There are people that, that you're seeing on, you know, suggested friends on Facebook, or going through chats, or going through the hashtags, and I'll show you how to find them. So you guys have also heard me talk about the five main things that, you know, that you're passionate about, that you love to, I am recording, right? Okay. that you're able to help people on. So for example, and this is my profile. I help my girls with PMDD. I help, and I tell you guys all the time, because that's part of my brand, and it's just an example. So I help my PMDD warriors. I help my depression warriors as well. I put that in like one category. And I do love yoga, so I help my yoga people out too. And hold on, I have it written down on my business activity tracker. My debt-free people, those who are binge eaters, newlyweds. I have yoga here, and I have my working babes too. So those are my five that I'm able to help, because I know that I can place an authority on that and be like, hey, I can help you with this. So those are the type of, that's the type of audience that you're looking for. So a good way to start out is what, this is I don't want to say sales tactic, but it is a form. It's actually called Form. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's actually a way to go ahead and find your audience. So Form stands for family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. So say, for example, you're looking at your warm market, you're looking at your, the people that like your posts, the people that are commenting on your posts, like your friends and your family. These are the people that you know already, not the people that you've added on, but the people that you know. You're looking for how you can relate to them family-wise. For example, Nika, you have a son. Does this person have a son? Does this person have a husband or a fiance? That's something that you can relate on. Okay. Occupation. Do you guys work in some kind of the same field, or do you work in an aspiring field like that, or you're looking to work in an inspiring field like that? I know for some reason I attract a lot of corporate working moms and people who work in corporate, because I was in corporate. I'm not in corporate now, but I can relate to my corporate working ladies out there, because I used to be in that setting. So you guys see what I mean about being in, relating with the occupation. Recreation. What like recreational activities can you relate on? I love to go stand-up paddleboarding. You know, I can relate to that. I do love horses. So whenever I see somebody with horses, I'm like, oh my God, I want a horse ride. Do you own a horse? Because I would love to ride your horse. You know, that's another example. What can you guys relate with on the side as far as hobbies and passions and like that and things like that? And for me, another one would be yoga. Motivation and message. Okay. Is there a message that you are, that you can relate to? So whenever I look at other people's profiles, I'm looking for people also that post inspirational memes, or post in something inspirational, some kind of inspirational statement that excites me. Especially people who are very spiritual, and, you know, on a self-growth journey. When they're posting about stuff like that, I get really amped. I'm like, yes, yes. And I can relate on that level, because I've been through, I've kind of been through kind of where they're going through, and kind of like aligning the same journey with them. So that is form: family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. You can find that with your warm market, but when you're starting to add people also, that is also what you want to look for in their profile. Okay, so you kind of practice it with your warm market, and now you're starting to look for it with your cold market, the people that you're going to start to add onto your onto your feed. And the way that I found, especially on Instagram, Instagram is like the mother of trying to find your tribe. You use the power of hashtags. So I've researched my hashtags, and I found that, for example, PMDD is actually a disorder that not a lot of people have come into contact with. It's getting more exposure, but my PMDD warriors, a lot of them already know who I am. They know that they can come to me for help. So I have hashtag PMDD, I have hashtag PMDD support, and I try to see what works. There was one hashtag called PMDD awareness, didn't really work for me. And I tend to look for hashtags that are usually around 20, I think it has like 20,000 posts in it. So that way I can kind of grow my following and put my posts out there where it can be seen. Because if you have like a hashtag, if you have all hashtags that have like 1.4 million posts on it, it's going to be hard for you to get seen because you're new. And there are people already in those hashtags that have been in that hashtag for a long time. You'll see like so many posts about them in that one specific hashtag. So you kind of want to have a good mix. And when you're hashtagging, do remember that you can hashtag your posts up to 30 hashtags. So another tip on hashtags, try to sway away from hashtagging in your actual message of the post, in the text. Put the hashtags in the comment box so it doesn't look spammy, because Instagram will notice that. That's just a tip. And going further into the hashtags. So what I do is I go, say for example, I go into PMDD hashtag or hashtag PMDD. And I try, whenever I'm scanning, I have to look at it to explain it better. Whenever I'm scanning the page of hashtag PMDD, I am looking for a specific type of person. So let me go into that hashtag. Okay. I'm looking for a really great post on here. I don't know if you guys can see. That kind of relates to me. Oh, I can't really see that very well. And I'm looking for like really good photos. Okay, so this lady, she is posting a photo of herself and she's talking about PMDD. I love her photo because it's bright, it's catching. She's talking about what I'm going through. If you guys can see that. Okay, it looks like she might be a coach. Don't be afraid to ask them if they're a coach. Okay. It looks like she is not a coach. From what I see, but I see that she does have family. It looks like she has a child. It looks like she's married, and she's using a filter. So I know she's kind of skilled in social media, which is great, by the way, because those who are already kind of skilled in social media are kind of ahead of the game. They kind of know, they know how to grab people's attention with their photos. So I'm going to go ahead and follow. I'm going to follow her. And then I don't stop there. I'm going to research her photos. And I'm going to take a look at what kind of hashtags she is using. And I'm going to note what kind of hashtag she's using. You want to research your audience. So in looking at the hashtags that she's using, I'm noticing what her interests are, what her lingo is. So better mood, better sleep. Okay, so she's talking a lot about PMDD, and she has some PMDD hashtags on here. So I know she's kind of like my people. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow her, and I'm going to do this. I like to do this, and I don't like to take more than an hour doing this. I will add at least 100 people, and I time myself. Just like how I told you how I'm doing with this girl, I like to time myself and see how many people I can get in 1 hour. Okay. And when I do start to like to follow all these people, I'm going to wait until the next day. And the beautiful thing about following them is to see if they follow you back. So when you go into my profile, you already see newlywed PMDD warrior. They're like, and then a PMDD warrior will be like, oh my gosh, she's like me. She has PMDD. Let me go ahead and scan her page. I'm going to go ahead and follow her too. And I already have, I did that today. I did 100 people. I think 20 people followed me. I'm going to go back and message the 20 people that followed me back from this hashtag. That's 20 people that I added onto my profile, guys. So that's 20 people that I can start connections with. So that is a way to go. That's like one of my main ways of finding people on Instagram. And then what I'll do, if I can do more, what I'll do is the people, I also try to take a look at the people that I really envision on my team. If I can envision them on my team, they mesh well with my team, like, and it looks like they would definitely enjoy coaching or definitely enjoy going into our wellness group, I'll start to connect with them more on their profile. Ooh, excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and comment on a few of their, like, I would say 3. You could do the 5-3-1 method. Like five of their posts, comment on 3 of their posts, and then do one message, do one private message. And I'll let them know, hey, for example, this girl, hey, I'm totally digging your photos. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. That's something that I would say, are you a coach of some kind? And I see you are a PMDD warrior, and I put up emoji. What is that called? I don't know. Like a fist. Like, woohoo, PMDD warrior. And then I'll ask him a question. I know, I'm so weird. And I'll ask him a question. I see you're a PMDD warrior. How is your healing? And that starts to get in conversation. And the key to all this is connecting with them, having them talk to you and relate to you. And that's the start of it. Okay. And that's not even the invite, guys. That's just seeing if this person can actually be your friend. Basically, we're looking for friends, right? That's basically what we're doing. Okay. Another way you can look for your people also is location tags. If you put in the Explorer page or the search page, when you have the little magnifying glass on the bottom, if you can see it. Okay, so the magnifying glass on the bottom, and you go to the search on top. I don't know, I'll put Cape Cod because I live in Cape Cod. So it makes sense, right? I'm looking for people in my local area. I'll go to Cape Cod and I'll look under the actual location and look at all these potential people in Cape Cod that I can connect with. And it's the same thing. You're going to start to form with these people. You're going to start to look for family, occupation, recreation, and message or motivation. So there's a few people in here, and I tend to stay around girls in their ladies in their mid 20s to about mid 40s. Those are the ladies that I believe I relate with very well. And that's kind of like a demographic that I try to stick with. So it's the same thing. I scan through, and if I like a picture, I'm like, okay, I like this girl's picture. Why not? And I try to see, obviously she's in Cape Cod, which is totally awesome. And then I would go ahead and do the same thing, the 5-3-1 method. And I would go ahead and connect with her just how I would before when I was telling you guys. Okay, so location tags are pretty awesome. I use that, and the Explorer page. If you guys click on the magnifying glass, you can see the Explorer page kind of summarizes like a good amount of what your interests are. A lot of my interests on my Explorer page just happens to be newlyweds, yoga, and this is going to be really funny, but there's a lot of babies on mine. We just talked about this before, Nika. There's a lot of babies on here. Not that I was searching for babies, but I was looking for, I just happened to see a few baby pictures and I was liking them. Love you too, babe. He's in another room. Anyway, okay, so you can also take a look at the Explorer page and find your audience here. Same concept, same principle. I'm looking for people that I can relate with. So that's the Explorer page. And another thing, if you want to go even deeper, it's a sign. Nika's like, it's a sign. It is a sign, isn't it? So if you guys want to go ahead and go deeper, like I said, if you want to go ahead and look into your audience's hashtags, click on their hashtags and go even deeper to find your audience and their hashtags, So say, for example, I see this really cool post, pretty cool yoga post. She has 322 likes on it. I'm like, whoa, dude, 322 likes. That's pretty dope. You can even go in their likes and start looking for people as well. And adding to your page. So you can use their likes and also use their hashtags and go a little bit deeper and find their people. Another thing that you can do on Facebook is looking up company brands, company names of and groups you like. So for example, when I was really big on Facebook, I was looking for groups, PMDD groups. Wedding Wire was big for me. Food brands that you like. Certain, I don't know why I have shows in here. Anyway, Under Armour. For moms, you could do Moms That Love Dogs. They have groups like that, which is so funny. Dog moms, and I have a nanny group when I was a nanny. I have it was a depression group, girls with depression. And the thing is, I would like the page, and I would just really be in there and start commenting and start talking to some of the girls. And some of them would friend me and I would friend some of them. And eventually we would start to connect, and you would take the connection further out from there. So that's another idea. You can also look at suggested friends. I have a lot of people from high school that I went to in my suggested friends. And it just so happens they went to high school with me, so why not friend them, right? And I've actually gotten a few coaches that way and a few customers that way. So I'm helping some of my friends from high school. That's another way. And of course, your family and friends should be the first, should be the first people that you invite because they know you. And of course, they're your friends and family, so you want them to get healthy, right? So, and that's also probably the quickest way. And I tell you guys before, the quickest way to help you get to Emerald and to also help them, with their health and fitness journey too. Another thing that I've done before, list 100 people. List 100 people that you know, because I know 100 people. We've seen them we've seen them on your page, we've seen them on your Facebook. They're there. And you're, not just like your close family and friends, acquaintances, people that you don't know very well. I think I have like 3,000 people on my Facebook. I don't keep into contact with every single one of them every day, obviously, but I have, one way or another, I've been in contact with them. So they know who I am and I've related with them or connected with them on some level. And just remember that this is building your tribe. When you're looking for someone, don't prejudge them, I guess you could say. Don't prejudge them, but really look deep into trying to help them. Beatrice, you trying to get on? I see you. I see you, girl.
I don't know where we're at, but this is what I'm here. So go continue wherever you're at.
I'm so happy. So happy that you made it. Actually, we were just finishing up.
I figured you were, but I was like, you know what? Maybe there's I don't know.
Hi, darling. I've missed you.
Okay, we're having
And she's like, go. All right, Beatrice, I'm going to put you on mute real quick. If you need to speak, just go ahead and unmute, okay? So that in a bubble, I would say, think about the people that you are looking for. Do really think will they mesh well in our group? I will tell you right now, I've had some coaches who didn't mesh very well with our team. And the thing is, you don't want to force it. You want to have them make their own choices, and you don't want to make choices for them either. Okay. I love the vibe that we have, so if there was someone that wanted to go ahead and be on our team, but at the same time, I didn't feel like they were a good addition to our team, then I probably wouldn't invite them, to be honest. Because I've had times where coaches actually broke up my team. And I told myself, I'm never letting that happen again. I have to listen to my gut, So just be mindful when you are adding people, because remember, you're going to be talking to them every single week. You're going to be traveling with them. We're going to be vibing together. So do make sure that they would make a good friend, not just, for you, but for your team. Okay. I'm not just talking about us, because when you guys start creating your own teams, you're going to feel the vibe out, and you'll see what I mean. It takes time to kind of feel that out. And one thing that I love to do before I do invite anybody or start even adding people is I try to envision them in our team. Yes, I've envisioned all of you being on my team, crossing the stage. This is my vision for you guys. I'm yes, they're crossing the stage, and I'm sitting in the crowd and I'm clapping for them, and I'm crying because they've really changed their life. And I know that I was a part of it, and it's not just for me, but this is for you guys too. I want that for you, but I want you guys to want it for yourself. And that's so important. That's so important to me, that you guys make time for this, but I truly do envision you guys dressed out to the nines, top 10, top 15 star coaches crossing the stage. If you've been to Summit, you guys know like the top 10, they like wild out on their dress. It's like a freaking Grammys night. And I'm like, I want to wear that dress, and I want my girls to wear those dresses right next to me. I want them to cross the stage. And, you know, just to me, like crossing the stage at Summit is like, it's like not everything, but it's such a feeling that you get like you've crossed some kind of threshold. And I want you guys to picture that, not just for yourselves, but for your team. And you'll see a lot of the elite talking about, you know, don't recognize me, recognize my team, please. Like, don't say my name, say my team's names. So that's how like close we're all going to get. Going to get a little intimate. I'm just kidding. So, you know, when you are, like I said, when you are looking for those people, just envision them being on your team. That's all I really have for you guys as far as trying to find your people. And do keep working and following up with the people that you invited already. I think for each and every single one of you, I know I followed up with you guys more than once. Okay, so remember that when you are inviting and following up with people, sometimes it just takes time. Okay, so that's why I like encourage you guys to start inviting now, because 3 to 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, they're going to think, oh my gosh, I get it. Like, I need her to help me. That's what I'm preparing you guys for. Okay. All right. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to unmute right now, everybody, to see what you guys think. Everything cool? Do you have any questions about anything?
Yeah, can you start over?
Oh, girl, I'm going to bed. What time is it?
Joke. I'll watch the recording. I'm excited to watch the recording.
I'm gonna try to post a recording tonight. I'm so late on posting recordings. I'm gonna do it tonight though.
It's okay. I'm gonna have to take my car to the shop in the morning, so I'll have time to listen tomorrow. Watch tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, guys. Tomorrow, all right, I want to see the best you can do. All right, because we have 2 more days. 2 more days till January 2020 is no more. Okay, so let's do it. Get grit and dirty. I don't know, whatever. I'm tired. All right. Bye, guys. I love you.
Bye.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.